Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so, and we shall bring you the latest news as they happen. And together we can support our leader, MALAMI, Eastern Security Network, to make our Biafran dream a reality, he said. The news about Scotland's plan for another referendum to secede from the United Kingdom, despite the United Kingdom's government refusal, sets the Fulani Nigerian presidency cabal and their Fulani terrorist jihadists under serious panic. And Buhari impostor lamented that his Fulani Nigerian government will only be wasting their time keeping MALAMI in detention or stopping Biafran restoration, despite having more than 40% of the United Nations leaders supporting the Fulani Nigerian government because they themselves are also guilty of genocide and extrajudicial killings and suppressions of their citizens. The Fulani Nigerian government's plan B is to ground Nigeria economically so as to make secession to be unattractive and pile up huge debts for the emerging new nations in the zoo called Nigeria. That is what they are planning. But that their plan will surely fail. It will fail. The lawlessness in Nigeria, disobedience to rule of law, and deception by the Central Bank of Nigeria, Debt Management Office, and the National Bureau for Statistics about the true state of Nigerian economy has made American global tech payment giant Visa to dump Nigeria and build an innovation studio in Kenya as it seeks to help Africans develop digital solutions. The development is to help facilitate electronic payment system throughout the world. The American tech giants, they snubbed Nigeria despite being the number one in terms of GDP with over $500 billion GDP and human capital with over 200 million population. Because of the clueless Fulani Nigerian government, whom they consider as terrorist jihadis, they look at Nigerian government as the same as the Taliban in Afghanistan. They compare them, but they are the same. There's no difference. Nigeria has lost thousands, if not millions of jobs because of the bloodthirsty Fulani Nigerian government and their evil policy, one of which is Biafran genocide. My brothers and my sisters, according to report, the Nigerian debt stock could be in excess of over 50 trillion naira compared to the 39 trillion reported by the Debt Management Office. This is according to a new economic report published by the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises. The new report, which was a review of Nigerian economic performance for the first quarter of 2022, noted that borrowing from the Central Bank of Nigeria was yet to be added to the debt stock reported by the Debt Management Office because they want to hide their looting. They don't want Nigerians to panic. They underreported the debt profile of Nigeria. That's what they do. You know, their foundation, that is the Fulani Nigerian government, is built on lies and deceptions. The chief executive officer of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Dr. Muda Yusuf, at the event, called the Fulani Nigerian government to stop taking commercial loans and sinking Nigeria further in debt. According to the CEO, he urged that it was better Nigeria took loans from World Bank, IMF, and other institutions as they were cheaper, but none of them are willing to borrow the Fulani Nigerian government's money because they are using those money to fund the Fulani terrorists and Boko Haram terrorists through their repentant Boko Haram and Fulani terrorist program. You know, that's how they siphon the money. The rising debt profile of Nigerian government raises serious sustainability concern. There is serious sustainability concern because the Fulani Nigerian government are reckless in borrowing. They borrow and loot. You know, although the clueless Fulani Nigerian government tends to argue that Nigeria does not have a debt problem. That is how they deceive people. They said Nigeria has a revenue challenge. That's deception. But it is a problem because Nigerian revenue base is not strong enough to service its debt sustainably. The Fulani government's actual revenue could hardly cover a current budget because of incompetencies, which implies that the entire capital budget and part of the recurrent budget are being funded from borrowing, which is not sustainable. The clueless and incompetent Fulani Nigerian government, led by the Buhari impostor, cannot continue to increase borrowing on account of the relatively low debt/GDP ratio, especially now that they have quota system finance minister. In international practice, you do not service debt with GDP, but with revenue, because close to 40% of Nigerian GDP do not contribute appreciably to revenue. It is important to ensure that the debt is used strictly to fund capital projects, especially infrastructural projects that will strengthen the productivity capacity of the economy, not funding the Fulani terrorists, which the Fulani Nigerian government is currently doing. That's what they are doing. Funding terrorists and claiming that they are funding projects. They are not funding any projects. The Fulani Nigerian government engages in secrecy in Nigeria's government spending. That means that details of the revenue and spending of ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government are unknown and they can't be held accountable. The Fulani Nigerian government is using the Open Treasury Portal, which was meant to provide comprehensive data of all ministries, departments, and agencies to hide traces of their looting. My brothers and my sisters, the Fulani Nigerian government are criminals, led by an impostor calling himself Buhari. They have siphoned, looted Nigerian treasury dry. But their end has come. Their end has come. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. And bye-bye for now.